when I grew up in Kansas, I was always getting in trouble for my blue sense of humor. People sort of look down on potty mouths and dirty jokes and whatever, and that's fine if it's not elevated enough for them or if it's not smart enough for them. But for me, I think it's funny, and I have people that come see me and they think it's funny, so we'll just live in our own little bubble, and if you wanna come along and you wanna let it rip, then good. If you don't, have a nice day. When I first came to New York, I started seeing Kiki and Herb shows, and Kiki would go out into the audience and have people lick her legs and stuff like that. And I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I wanted. So I just started singing in karaoke bars, and I've always loved that. There's something about like just letting it rip in a karaoke bar that feels like, honestly, I could have been happy doing that for the rest of my life. I would get on top of the bar, I'd rip my shirt off. The further I went, the more people like engaged, and I was having so much fun. I was going to Murray Hill shows, and he booked me on a show, and I just like going out into the audience. I feel it's tactile, it's like visceral, I just loved it. And it wasn't ever about like trying to shock or do anything wild. It was just what felt exciting in the room at the moment. Just unzip, let it rip, and fly. My mom just blindly believing me, even as I waited tables for 25, 30 years, just like always telling me there was something special about me. My sister who passed away, same thing. Did I love waiting tables? No. Did I love being like 42 and like working next to somebody who's like 24? They're fresh, they got their bright eyes, their bushy tails, and they're kind of looking at me like, you're still trying to go for this? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still trying to go for it. You'll be lucky if you have the heart to stick around as long as I have. But then, HBO came to the show I did in LA, and then I ended up getting a deal with them. And I was like, okay, well, great. I'll just take this money and I'll just, I'll said I had a deal with HBO. But then they were like, no, we gotta try to do something. The original concept was like, if Bridget Everett didn't move to New York, like what would my life be like if I stayed in Kansas?
No, Mom, you can't apparently have one drink.
Everybody's always picking on me.
Family, huh? That sucks.
I think Sam starts off in season 1 as somebody who's grieving, who's kind of swallowed up by life and has kind of given up on herself. And I identify with that person. I'm also very protective of Sam. I want her to flourish, to be better, to grow, but I also understand how difficult that change is. And so I identify with her that way because I've been through a lot of similar things. I've had sort of a run of bad luck over the last couple of years, losing my dog season 1, Mike Haggerty, who played my dad, he passed away season 2, and my mom in season 3, and then my sister, who the show was kind of built around her loss. So it's just a lot of pain, but there's also a lot of comfort that comes with grief, because these people and those relationships shaped me, and they've given me the capacity to play Sam, and they've given me an understanding of different kinds of love and different kinds of ways of grieving. Having the show to deal with those things, it actually helped me by the time I lost my mom. It's all connected, and it all is, it's oddly a gift. Dreams don't have deadlines, and this is definitely a dreams don't have deadlines moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't think my Cabaret audience would follow me to the show, because I was like, this is a lot quieter and whatever, and I was dead wrong about that. And then I did a show at the Beacon a couple weeks ago, and I was like, people that know me from that TV show are not gonna understand this, and I couldn't have been more wrong. It's just different sides of me. I think that it's been really nice to have the TV thing to kind of balance out the stage stuff, which is so, hard hitting and tits and all that, and then have the show, which I think explains a little bit of how that person, the stage person, came to be. We created this show for somebody like me. I don't know that that's going to be breaking any molds, and like people are going to be like, we need a Bridget Everett type for this Marvel movie. I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't have to be number 1 on the call sheet. This can be the time it happened, and I can go on and create other things. Right now, it's just trying to dig up the courage to do it again, because it takes a lot from you and out of you, but it's worth it. Well, can I keep this?
Sure, why?
It's got just enough give to pop over these things. Hi, I'm Joel's best friend. I've never been as proud to be a part of anything. I've never been as proud of what I've given to a project before. I feel like this is something that's going to last and that has resonated with people. But the way it's resonated with me is probably the most important thing. You know, there's a lot of things about Sam in ways that she's grown that have helped me through my own grief, self-worth, and just belief in myself. I feel like that this is something I'll never experience again. You know, the kind of messages I get and the conversations I have with people, I can't deny that, right? I have to take this in. I have to experience this. I have to let myself feel good about this. And I think I finally am.